Listen to them instead for the next 3 months and then look at your bank balance and say, okay, right, okay, I know what Gull meant. Hi everyone, it's Gull Khan here, your money mindset expert, and I help entrepreneurs to break free from the limiting beliefs, to reverse their money shame, and to blast through their money blocks so that they can live a life of unlimited abundance. And I'm popping in here today to talk about a topic which is very close to my heart and something that I've been practicing in my personal life even well before I even became aware of the metaphysical laws and so forth. And I think it holds an important aspect to your manifestation, to the amount of money that's coming to you, the kind of life you lead, and so forth. So I thought we'll talk about that today. So the topic today is called Change Your Focus, Change Your Life. And I've added in there, I mean, that's very, we hear that often, a lot of the gurus uses, change your focus, change your life. But I've added in there specifically, change your bank balance, because believe it or not, your bank balance is being impacted with, where your focus is at the moment. Today, I want to talk about, where are you focusing on a daily basis? And without even you knowing that you are focusing on. So generally, this is an argument that I have with my brother very often. And by the way, we still go, lock heads with each other when we, discuss it. I'm sort of discussing, mentioning my reasoning and explaining my part. And then he's saying no against me. And, we agree to disagree and we let it be. But if you look at the kind of lifestyle and the kind of success that we both had, this really will make, will be a stark contrast to you. So I talk about in my, my teachings now as well is, where are you spending most of your focus? What are you doing? Where's your time going? And this is the time that you don't even realize. So are you watching the news? Are you reading newspapers? Are you reading magazines? Those, magazines on those trashy ones. Are you watching soap operas? Where is your attention going? Okay. Now, I'm not saying that you should throw away everything and not watch any Netflix or whatever. We all have our, there's an aspect to our lives when we want to indulge and we want to go and watch a movie. I'm a big movie fan. I love Bollywood and Hollywood movies. I just watch a lot of movies, right? And I'm prone to every now and again watching the odd Netflix series as well. And that's all fine, but that is a small minority of my time. Most of the time, for me, I'll be reading books, or I'm listening to audiobooks, or I spend just time meditating, or I spend just time talking to my children. And I'm a big believer that that's where your time should be going. Unfortunately, majority of the people who want to use manifestation laws, who want to change their life, spend unconsciously a lot of the time looking at other people's lives. Right? So when you're looking at newspapers, and when you're reading through newspapers and you're looking through and you're watching these soap operas, which by the way are really trashy. And I know Raja here. So Raja, if you know anything about Indian dramas, seriously, right? The amount of crap that's there. And then even the Hollywood soaps, the soap operas are absolutely crazy. And then even other things, okay? So you find you spend on average, the average person spends 5 to 6 hours a day thinking and looking at other people's lives. Can you see how amazing that is? That's 5-6 hours a day. And I'm not just saying in one go. Through in the morning, the time you wake up in the morning till the time you go to sleep, about 4 to 5 hours of your day has been spent looking at other people's life. And now in this day and age, it includes social media, right? So we include scrolling through Facebook, through Instagram, to other things, and looking what's going on with other people's life, rather than focusing on what we need to do in ours. Now, I'm always on Facebook because for work purposes. This is a major platform for me to use for marketing. However, I avoid spending that time actually just looking at other people's lives and all the wrong things that are going on. I specifically tag myself off that I don't want to see what's going on, the wrong things in the world. Now, I'm not saying, one of the arguments my brother lays down, by the way, is like, well, I want to be aware of what's going on in the world, and I don't want to be stupid, I don't want to be dumb, I want to know what's going on in the world. And I say, absolutely, you should be, right? But if there's something that's major, there's a major thing that happens, somebody will tell you. There are many helpful people out there who tell you about all the things, including my brother, will tell you what's going on and all the disasters are going on. and anything that's worth knowing will be brought to your attention. This is where you take that divine, you take that in the comfort in the knowing that if there is something important to know, that information will be brought to you. You'll be told about that, okay, whatever, through whichever medium. If divine source wants you to hear or know about something, your attention will be brought to that particular thing or topic. That's quite important for you to know. However, what the majority of people actually do is they spend all this time reading up and learning about everything about other people's lives or what's going wrong, and all the disasters are happening, especially the news and the newspapers, especially, right? Be it the TV or the newspapers, all they cover is all the disasters. Seriously, all the disasters, right? And even soap operas, they talk about all the different problems. This has gone wrong, that is gone wrong, and it's called an idiot box for a reason. Because not only are you brainwashed that's another topic for another day. When how the social media is brainwashing you, that's another one of my reasons. But at the moment, I'm just focusing on just your focus, right? I'm focusing on just focus. How funny is that? I want you to just think about what you're focusing on a daily basis. Where is your attention going on a daily basis? Because you are not even knowing, unwittingly, unknowingly, you're focusing on other people's problems, other people's lives. And guess what? If your focus is there, your energy is there, you're going to attract it into your own life, right? And if you believe that the world is full of problems, and if you feel the world is completely going into shambles, if you think everything's wrong with the world, what will you manifest in your bank account? If you think the economy is falling apart, if you think everyone's corrupt, if you think all this, and you subconsciously take on the negative programming about money, how money is evil, money is the root of all evil, money is this and money that, how likely is money to show up in your bank balance? Not very likely, right? So my recommendation to you, and this is a quick line just to bring this home to you, is the 4 to 5 hours that the average person spends every single day looking at other people's life from morning till evening, through newspapers, through social media, through TV, through soap operas and whatever else. Spend portion of that time actually reading and actually in training your brain. So there are so many different mediums out there. I'm dyslexic, but I still read a lot. I'm an avid reader. I do read a lot. I don't have spent as much time reading nowadays. So what do? I've signed up to Audible. I get a lot of Audible books. I do a lot of Audible books. And I think between yesterday and today, I've re-listened to one of the amazing authors of all time, Wayne Dyer, and I absolutely am in love with the guy again. I mean, he's passed away. God, may he rest in peace. But an amazing author, and he just brought home the idea of peace and tranquility and how that's important in elements of manifestation. I do teach manifestation in my practice, and he brought it home beautifully. Now I could have spent those. I must have. So that program must be about 6 hours long, right? And I finished that between yesterday and today. So when did I have it on? I had it on when I was walking. I had it on when I was taking my children to school. I had it on when I was cooking. I had it when I was doing mundane tasks. I had it on when I was brushing my teeth in the morning. I had it on when I was brushing my teeth in the evening. Do you see what I mean? In those time slots between yesterday and today, those are, I think, 6 hours gone. Right? I've listened to the entire program in 2 days. That really brought it home to me how much of our time we waste. Now, I could have spent that time having odd thoughts in my mind, or I could have been listening to rubbish music, or I could have been, I'm not saying that music is bad, but the average music, the kind of music that's on in mainstream media, that's why I never listen to MTV, by the way. MTV does not play in my home. Okay, every now and again we have B4U, which is Bollywood music, comes down every again because I'm still a Bollywood fan. It comes on and again, very intermittently, because even the Bollywood music has now gone down the hill. It's really trashy. So we don't have much even MTV or those kind of music's playing on. Yes, I have classical music which can play every now and again. My kids play the piano, and both of them play piano and oboe. So we have that kind of music playing, but not trashy, not MTV, not any of that rubbish, right? For this reason. So instead of listening to trashy music, instead of listening to all this garbage, instead of listening to news and all the other garbage, in just 2 days, I've managed to finish over 6 hours program. Right, which has fed my mind, fed my soul, and it's brought me, it's making me think, okay, how else can I serve my clients? So one of the things which he really brought home to me was, asking that question, how can I serve you? And this is something that I teach in practice when I come to my clients, even when I'm doing these lives. My goal here isn't to see how many people can look at my live and think, oh, Gull, so wonderful. My goal is to see how many people I can reach and how many people I can serve. My goal is how many people can I serve? How can I make a difference in somebody's life? And this is called unconditional giving. It's called unconditional love, and it's my way of giving back to the world. I'm not expecting people to, come and say Gull is wonderful. I'm expecting even one person watches this live and thinks, actually, Gull's making sense. Let me stop, let me just switch off the TV for a moment. Let me just switch off the news for a moment. Let me stop buying those, let me stop subscribing to those newspapers and trashy magazines, and let me just focus on maybe reading a book or listening to an audio program or whatever. Okay, and I guarantee you, if you do this for 90 days, like 3-month period, because 90 days is what you need to actually have see a shift in your life. If you switch that TV off for 90 days, you don't have to switch off completely. Maybe limit it. For example, I don't watch TV from Monday to Friday. We only watch it on the weekends, and that too we watch maybe movies and whatever else. If my children are watching, I don't know, their programs, I may watch, passing by or whatever. But generally, I don't watch TV personally until the weekend. If you can just switch off the TV for the just duration Monday to Friday, if you can do that, if you can actually stop reading the magazines, if you can stop reading the newspapers, just for 3 months, just try as an experiment with me, and then after 3 months, see where you are, see how more focused you are on your goals, see how much more focused you are on your life, see how much more focused you are on the good things in your life, and see how that reflects in your bank balance. I guarantee you, if you do this experiment for 3 months and you throw it, you switch off the switch off, it's called the idiot box. You switch off the idiot box, the TV, right? AKA the TV. Switch off the TV for 3 months. And stop reading newspapers, and including on online news as well, Yahoo and whatever. I mean, I'll give an example. The cricket matches being going on. Okay, I don't watch cricket. I used to love cricket. But even now I don't watch as much. But I have been following the cricket, and the two teams I'm supporting. I'm supporting England and I'm supporting Pakistan. My two countries, right? So there's two, and actually maybe India as well. So India is also my country. I've got very close affection for India. So 3 countries I would say. I'm supporting India, Pakistan, and England. Any 3 of them win, I'm happy, right? But I'm following the score every now and again. I'm not following all the trash and the rubbish going on with it, because I'm not interested. I'm not interested in learning what the cricketer's life is. I'm not interested in learning how the commentators think this is going to happen, that country, and this and that rubbish. I'm not interested in that. I'm interested in scores. I'm interested in a match. If I find the time to watch it, I'll watch it. Right? So those things are being home to me. I'm listening to them. I'm finding them out. That's important. But I have to switch my TV on for it. My TV remains off the whole day. I'm working from home, and the TV pretty much is off the whole day until my kids come into home. Right? So this is my request to you. Do this experiment for 3 months, okay? And I'm going to give you, I've written a quote here as well, which I'm going to read out to you. And I think it really brings this point home. It's, of all the creatures of earth, only human beings can change their patterns. Man alone is the architect of his destiny. Human beings, by changing their inner attitudes of their minds, can change the outer aspects of their lives. This is by William James. And this really brings it home, how if you switch this thing off for 3 months, you switch the TV off for 3 months, if you stop the newspaper and magazine subscription for 3 months, and the time that you have, and trust you me, you will have plenty of time. You'll be surprised where the time comes from. You're like, at the moment you say, I have no time, then you find there's lots of time. That time you can spend either reading a book or listening to a book, depending on what kind of person you are. You're Audible, or I'm rather than the reading, I prefer listening because I'm dyslexic. So I love listening. So and also because I can do it when I'm doing other tasks. I can multitask, right? Listen to some audiobooks. Listen to programs by there's so many programs out there in Nightingale Conant's. From Wayne Dyer to Louise Hay to Bob Proctor. I mean, you name it. There are so many, and Joe Bartali as well. These are great people, and they've got these great programs. Listen to them. Listen to them instead for the next 3 months, and then look at your bank balance and say, okay. Right, okay, I know what Gull meant. Because it will be sharp contrast to where you are at the moment and just 3 months down the line, without changing, without actually physically aiming or using your willpower to change anything. And that's the beauty of changing a focus. So we come back to the full circle. The idea is to change your focus, and that will change your life, and that will change your bank balance. There's no way around it. This is the absolute law. You will change your focus. You will stop focusing on other people's problems, other people's lives, the good and the bad, by the way. Because sometimes what happens if there's something bad's happening to somebody, in a drama series or on the news or something, you're like, oh, that's so bad, oh my god, and they're focused on the bad thing. On the other hand, if something good has happened for someone, for example, if you see someone in social media, they think that, oh, I've got this, oh, there are all these clients and I'm going to all this and I'm achieving this and this and this, it makes you feel crappy about yourself, like, oh, she or he's done all this, I haven't got here, I haven't got this, I haven't got that lifestyle, etc., etc. So then you still feel crappy, right? So my recommendation to you is to stop scrolling through Facebook, stop going through Instagram, stop going through the lives of all these, there's these YouTube celebrities and these other Instagram celebrities and whatever else, and focus on your own life. Focus on what you want and focus on where you are at the moment. Because remember, as I said yesterday, wherever you are at the moment, you can change. Wherever you are at the moment, it's just where you are at the moment. You can change and you can go wherever you want to go, but you have to be focused on where you want to go. If you're too busy looking at other people's lives and just ignoring your own, your life will spiral downwards, and it happens. So I'll give you back to my example with my brother. My brother, he when he comes to my home, I say, he puts the news on, and so like, look, in my home we don't listen to the news. I make him switch the TV off, and he argues with me. I kid you not. My brother's 6 foot, really tall, big, really macho guy, right? And I'm only 5'6", like I'm tiny compared to him. I'm not midget of the family. And he's like, rah, 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 go, da, da, da. And I'm like, okay. But I stand my ground. I'm like, no, this is my home. You switch the news off. I don't want the news on. And he's like, well, how do you know what's going on in the news? And how is going on? Da, da, da. And you'd be surprised. I'm always on top of the currents, be it the Brexit, be it everything's going on in my life. I'm always on top of things, right? I always know what's going on. There's no need for me to have the stupid idiot box on, have the Sky News or CNBC or Fox News on to tell me what the world's going to crap, the world's going to pop. I don't need to hear that, right? It's important for me to have my mind clear of all that rubbish, to have my mind clear, to be focused on my goals and working on how I can serve my clients better. And as just mentioned to you, when you go through these programs, like I just listened to Dwayne Dyer in literally 2 days, it centered me and brought me back home. Okay, what am I doing? What's my purpose? How can I serve my clients better? How can I serve generally people better? What message can I go out there and give to people so that I can be of service? And then this is me giving out into the universe and just giving it without any conditions, without any expectations back. And I know for a fact, because of the law of karma, I know the universe will reciprocate it back to me in 10 times over, and I ways I don't even know. Right? But I can focus on that because I'm not thinking about other people's crappy lives and about other people's love lives and other people's, all the rubbish is going on in their lives because of the TV, the media, or social media, or the soap operas. I'm focused on myself. And if I have time in between, I'm reading, I'm learning, I'm nourishing the mind, I'm nourishing my soul, I'm nourishing my inner being. And because when you do that, automatically your inner aspects, your thinking, your mindset changes, right? My outer life is changing gradually, slowly, beautifully, and I'm evolving into this grander version of myself. And thereby, without even me trying, I am trying, but without even you trying so much, generally, your bank balance just starts changing and it starts going up and up and up and up and up, right? So this is my gift to you guys. Change your focus and do it, on do it on things that you don't even know you're focusing on, which is the magazine, which is the newspaper, which is the even social media. Take your attention from there and put it on something that's worthwhile having, which is your own self, and actually build your relationships. I'm going to end on this note. So me and my children, we spend a lot of time talking to each other. I have 2 children. I have an 8-year-old and a 12-year-old, and they're so funny. They're just so much fun to be with. And I spend a lot of time talking to them, and they're really funny. They really are funny, right? And they can be sarcastic and they can be cheeky, and you wouldn't have that time if you were too busy watching the TV. Right? I wouldn't have that time if I was too busy watching, spending my time reading the newspaper or that time becomes available when the idiot box goes off. And we know we're going to sit down and just chill and relax and have us time. It's called, my kids call it us time. Mommy, can we have us time? Usually when I'm going through a busy period, I'm working a lot, and I have to say, Mommy, do you have time for, do we have time for us time? Do we do that? And I sometimes say no when I'm going through a busy period, but generally I say yes, of course we do. So when we go to bed, we have us time, and we're just chilling, talking, and they're talking to me about the day, and they're telling me what's going on, and it's usually just kid stuff. It's just funny stuff. One of his friends pulled someone else's skirt or whatever rubbish, which I thought was really horrible anyway, but that's another story for another day. But the point is, you have a lot more time for the things which are important in your life. For me, that's relationships. That's for me, for those are my 2 children. My life revolves around my 2 beautiful children. And for you, it should be whoever's in your life. Your spouse, your partner, your children, your grandchildren, your friends. Who is it? Take your focus away from all the crappy, rubbish things that you're doing at the moment. Switch off the idiot box, aka the TV, and switch on your heart. And I will see you all probably sometime the next day or so with another short and snappy message about how you should live your life and how best I can serve you. If there's a topic that you want me to talk about, please do let me know. I'm open to it. Like I said, I'm here to serve you, and I want to know how best I can serve you. Until the next time we speak, take care and bye for now.